Hi everybody, it's Lene. Thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to make a Thanksgiving card, and where I have decided on the layout of the card, I kind of have a sketch that I have been working on. I know I want it to be really lots of flaps and be very interactive for the recipient of the card. Lots of things for them to open and move through the card. I like that. I don't know which of the beautiful Autumn Garden papers I'm going to be using. These are beautiful 12 by 12 pattern cardstock from hot off the press. We're going to take a flip through this in a minute if you haven't seen it. It's gorgeous. I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that at the end of this video, I will tell you how you can win the card, and I will send it to you so that you can give it to someone for this beautiful Thanksgiving season, maybe someone that you're not going to be seeing over the holiday. So if you like this video, if you comment and you subscribe, that will put you into the running, and we will announce the winner during next week's video. So definitely check back with next week's video and you'll find out if you won. So we're definitely looking for subscribers. So right now your odds are good. So if any of that sounds good to you, stick around and let's make a card together. All right, as I said, this is Autumn Garden 12 by 12 pattern cardstock from hot off the press. It's gorgeous. And this beautiful wreath. In another video, I actually use this that you'll be seeing in the future. I use this on a beautiful sort of Thanksgiving recipe memory book. So stay tuned for that. And it's got all these beautiful colors. The borders and the florals are just gorgeous, you guys. And there's so much to do with this. We've got these little cutaways, and there's a little kitty cat hidden every once in a while. And you know, even the double-sided backs are also good. And then we've got these beautiful cutouts. So the card we are going to be making is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I do know that. And as I said, we're going to have a bit of a cutaway and some folding flips and flaps on it. All right, had to get my paper cutter. So 5 by 6.5 inch card. The first thing I'm going to do is cut 2 inches from the card front. There we go. And then we're going to start off here with a piece of white cardstock that is 5.5 inches by 4.5 inches. And then we're going to do a little scoring on that. I'm going to grab my scoreboard. All right, we're going to score just 1/2 inch on the right side because we're going to make this be a little bit of a flap on the card. Put that down there. All right, so we're just going to fold this over. Get that nice and secure. All right, so we're going to take our 2 pieces here and we're going to glue this one to the back of this one. That's what that little flap is for. And that way, when we get it all decorated and it's all beautiful, whoever you send this to is going to open it like this, and they're going to open it like this. And there's going to be little messages of Thanksgiving and fall wishes sort of throughout this card. So the first thing I want to do, though, is because I'm starting with a white card base, I do want to ink my edges. I do know that. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this edge. And the reason I like to ink my edges is it just frames everything up so nicely without having to add extra paper. There we go. All right, that'll do that. Now, For the papers that I'm going to use, I know I'm going to cover the back. That's why I didn't ink that. And I know I'm going to cover this. I would like to leave a little border around that. That's why I inked the edges, and a border around this. Oh yeah, I forgot. On the inside, we're going to do some paper too. So I want to ink this. And then I'm going to fold that back. All right, good. That's why it's good to talk through things. All right. So I want to cut paper to go this side and this side. And I'm just going to cut it a little bit smaller. So yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to cut some paper down, and then I'll show you what I did. All right, we're back. So I've decided on my papers. I've decided this one with this gorgeous border is going to go on the inside back of the card. And then I've got some thing to cover here, so I thought I would just do this one there, just from the same paper, and I'm going to leave that little border around there. But I didn't ink that side. There we go. Always a work in progress. All right, so that one's going to go there, and this one's going to go there, and that's going to be glued there, and then we're going to need two pieces to go on this piece right here. So I've got this gorgeous one right here that has this beautiful border, so we're going to put that there or there. I haven't decided which way that's going to go yet. And this one is going to go right here. So if I put this one here, but it's going to go here, I think I like that. Yeah. All right. And then this one is going to go on the inside. Right there. Okay. There we go. So I've already given you the dimensions for the white cardstock pieces. I'm not going to give you the dimensions for these, and here's why. I hate measuring. I hate it. I don't do it. I always measure my card and everything, but my base. But this is how I do this for my mats and my pieces that are going to cover my card. I do this with my pencil. I leave a little border there. It's usually about 1/8 of an inch, and another one right there. And I put that on my paper trimmer, and I cut here, and then I cut here. And the reason I'm not going to give you the exact dimensions is because that's how I do it. And that way, if you're using a 5x7 card or you're using a 4x5 card, you can make this in any size. Okay? So there we go. So let's go ahead and start gluing this down. I'm trying to decide what kind of adhesive I'm going to use today. I think I'm going to use the tape runner. We're going to just do a variety. I'm going to use a tape runner for the inside, back. Okay, and I want to make sure that I'm getting those edges really nicely. And right there I can see I've got a little bit of a line of white. But we're just going to cover that up with a little bit of ink. All right, and that's going to close nicely. And then this one is going to go right there. I am not kidding you when I say I love this paper. It is just puts me right in the mood for fall. And we're going to do some things with this, I think, for Thanksgiving table decoration things using this paper. So that's coming up. Right, let's just do it directly on here this time. I like to mix that up. Some people like to do it directly on the card. Some people like to do it on the paper. And I should mention, I've already inked the edges of all these pieces just to save a little time. All right, so we've got that done. Now we're going to do this one right here. I even love this gingham on the back. Do you guys say gingham? Oh, I'm out of tape runner. Okay, I guess we're moving to glue. Do you guys say gingham papers for this, or would you consider this to be like a buffalo plaid? Let me know. What do you guys like to say? All right, there's that one. I'm going to turn that over. And then this one, when I open it, I want this to be in the corner, so right there. I don't tend to use a lot of glue. I sort of find if I get the edges really well, which is what's handled the most on a card, that it all just stays together really, really nicely. Oops, except when you put it on there crooked, Lene. There we go. Ah! Did you see that? It just slipped. I got overly exuberant. Okay, let's let that dry for a minute. All right, so this flap is going to get glued right there, and we want that centered. Boy, I'm just kind of floppy today. Things are flying everywhere. I don't feel like I'm in a hurry. Sometimes when I'm in a hurry, things just go skittering across my desk. I'm just going to turn it this way. I'll put it right here. And that's the good thing about using some liquid glue at this point, because you can just sort of move that around until you're happy with where it's going to land. All right. I like that. Now we get to start adding all of our little greetings and embellishments and things like that. All right, so on this wonderful cutout, I'm going to first use this one right here. And I like to use, with the circles and things, I like to use circle cutting dies for things like this. But this oval is a kind of a fat oval, so it's probably best to just cut this one out. So we're going to switch to the smallest scissors. And if you find it challenging to cut things like circles and ovals, you are not alone. But I'm going to ask you here just to watch the scissor. And notice that I'm kind of cutting in the jaws of the scissor in the middle and not at the end. And notice I'm turning the paper. And I've sort of chosen my edge on this oval. And we're just going all the way around slowly. And it's not going to be perfect. If we want perfect, we use a cutting die. But as I said, this is kind of a weird shape, so it'd be hard to find a cutting die to match it perfectly. There we go. That's not too bad. All right. And then I have got these Dazzle stickers. These are called every holiday Dazzle stickers, I think they are. I'll link them down below the video. And as you can see, I've used the Happy and the Thanksgiving, but there's also St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween, Independence Day, which is a really nice collection. And they come in this big pack with all these colors. It's a great one to have on hand. All right, so what I have done with this, I've already put this on here. I've taken this one right here, and I did Thanksgiving on that one. And then I foam taped that across the center. And then after this was foam taped, then I placed Happy. Okay? And that is going to go not directly on here, I think. I think we're going to do something a little different. I think I'm going to do a little band around the whole card. Yeah. So we're going to save that for the band. But it's going to go like that. And then on the inside, as you open this, I want to put something here. Are all the rest of my pieces. And then we've got this one. That would look really nice there. And then we've got this one right here with this cute little cat. And I don't think he's too Halloween. I think he works just fall. So we're going to go with that. And then I've got this great stamp, and it is from a very well-loved stamp set of floral greetings, and this one is Thankful for You. So we're going to stamp Thankful for You right there. I usually almost 100% use my stamping platform, but I just didn't want to drag it out. So I'm going to use the old block, and I have not used a block in, oh, you guys, such a long time. So I'm really kind of nervous about this. Okay, making sure. Success. All right, so that's going to go right there, and that's going to go right there. And then I had some other little goodies cut out. I think they flew away. It's okay, we'll find them as we go along. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that and that. And I'm going to put foam tape and glue those down and find my other pieces, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I found all my pieces. So I have this Thinking of You that we're going to put right there. I'm not going to foam tape it because we're going to put that little band around the card, and I don't want something larger than this oval, and I want it to fit right there. So this will cover that nicely. And oops, boy, my glue has just got a mind of its own today. And then we're going to open that up, and we're going to place Sending Hugs Your Way right there. And then this one, Thankful for You, I've got foam tape just on this side so that it's going to stick right there, and I want this to kind of move out into the card so that when you move that over, and then I want to leave this nice floral here, but it's nice to have a little place to write. So to write a little note here to leave this nice. I mean, you could always write something here too. We could always put something right here so that it's covered up, just like that, and you just align that right there. And that way, I like to do that because that way you know where to write and you have a designated area, and that way you're not guessing and you could accidentally write down here. That's just a preference of mine. So we're going to do that. And I want to make sure that that is aligned nicely with that. I move that over just a little bit. Move it up a little bit. Another reason I like liquid glue. There we go. And then this one we're going to put over here. Just another little place to write a message, which is so nice. All right, there we go. All right, so that's going to go like that and like that. Very nice. And now we have our little band. And I'm just going to wrap this right around like this. Oops, I'm going the wrong direction. I want to go like that because we want to see that nice pattern there. And like that. Let's put a little glue down. We're going to put glue on this edge and then on this edge so we know exactly where we've put it. It's not going to seep out onto our card. There we go. We're really wanting it to kind of bow up a little bit so it's got room to move. And I'm going to put some tape on this one. And I'm going to put the tape right here so that I can just set this here and not guess where it's going. Oh, and I didn't mention, one of the things I like to do is once I've cut things out that have a white edge around them for cutting, is just ink those, because that way it takes away that white edge you might have. And I did go ahead and ink all the other pieces, but I left this one to show you. There we go. I like that. We're going to put that right there. Very nice. And then I have a little bow to put on there. this nice little brown bow. I tried an orange color, but it was just a little too much. So we're going to put that one right there. And then that's going to take a minute to dry. And while that's drying, let's talk about the envelope, because we want this card to make a presentation. So I've got the coordinating envelope here, and I went ahead and I cut my paper down to the width of the envelope, stuck it in there. We're going to turn this over and we're going to trim this even with the flap edges. You could use a paper trimmer to do this too. It's nice. Now, because we're covering up the adhesive on the inside, that does mean you're going to need to glue it shut. But that's not a problem, right? All right, and then normally I would grab my scoreboard, but we're just gonna wing this. There you go. All right, and then I've got another little cutout there. And we're just gonna glue that just like that so that it can be sealed later. All right, so this will fit in very nicely on the inside of this card, and then it will be a really nice presentation. Okay, that's always really nice. So we've got our Happy Thanksgiving little band that comes off. Thinking of you, sending hugs your way, thankful for you, and then we've got little spaces to write little personal notes. So I think this will be really fun. Oops, I folded it the wrong way. And I can't wait to send this to one of you. So if you have liked this video and if you have left a comment, I guess I have to do this in order. If you have left a comment, if you have liked this video and you subscribe, then that will put you into the running to win this sweet little card and envelope set. And we will randomly choose someone and then announce it in next week's video. And then you have to follow the instructions about emailing me and claiming your prize. And then I will put this all in another envelope so the envelope is nice and clean and you can use it, and I will mail it off to you. So thanks so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed putting this card together with you. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and I will see you in the next one.